let me talk a bit about my experience at Istanbul. So, if you guys don't know, I went to Turkey, to Istanbul for Global Esports Games 2022. If you guys don't know what that is, Global Esports Games, it's like kind of like an Olympic event of a sort. So they pretty much send out a player from each country. So obviously I was representing Great Britain. There was other people. There was, who do we have? We had Ghana over there. We had Lithuania, just pretty much all over, right? There was Canada, all over. So we got sent out to this event in Istanbul, in Turkey. So I want to sort of talk about my experience at the event and how the event was. So I guess we could call this a bit of a story time. So first of all, the flight was about 4 or 5 hours maybe. It was an okay flight, it was cool. But once we get there on day one, we didn't really have much to do. We were sort of just chilling. Now, from the day the tournament started, right? Let me fast forward to when the tournament actually begins. Right? Before the tournament starts, it's a lot of miscommunications, right? From like the staff and everything in general, right? Everything's taking extra long. Oh, and also bear in mind, there was no training setup. There was no practice setups. And the setup itself, right, was a single setup. I don't even know if I can call it that. We weren't even playing on a monitor. Bro, it was, we got there, right? When we got into the room to where we play our games, right? It was literally a big TLC, TCL, whatever it's called, big TV screen. Like an actual big TV screen. Like a cinema, like actual, like we were looking up at a big screen. And there was a PC to the left and there was a PS5 to the right. I don't know why both the PS5 and PC were used for one game on the TV. I don't know what was going on, right? So we played. No one was happy. Like everyone who was supposed to win their games, in terms of when you look at a bracket, you can see like certain players who are supposed to sort of proceed through the bracket until a certain point where they might start having difficulties, right? So everyone who was pretty much supposed to win their games ended up losing their games, apart from like maybe something like that. Well, most of the people who were supposed to win their games, game one, by the way, this is game one, ended up losing their games. Now, why is that so significant? This tournament was single elim. For like an Olympic event, people are taking 12-hour flights, 7-hour flights, 5 hours, 10 hours. People are flying out, right? Jamaica, but people are flying out for this event, and it's single elim. If you lose your first game, there's no losers bracket. You're out. That's it. 12 hours journey because you lost one game. You lost that one set. That's it. No losers bracket. No, none of that. It don't exist. So that was probably the biggest issue with the tournament. No, the second biggest issue after the TV screen. You have to play on the monitor. We can't play on the big TV screen. The input delay was terrible. We couldn't play the game. I lost to, who did I lose to? I lost to a Bison player. But I think I would have literally lost to anyone on that. I don't think it matters who was there. I would have lost to anyone. You cannot play on that. I lost my first game out of the tournament. Who else lost? Amu, who was he plays Rashid, Seth, and he also plays Urian and Luke now. But he took me out last year in Singapore. He took me out. He's a very good player. He lost his first game. GTR lost his first game. And then when you look at the rest of the bracket, it's just like, well, what happened? Like literally just what happened. Now bear in mind, I'm representing Great Britain at this event, right? And the people, like my team that I was with, Like, I'm not sponsored with them. They're sponsoring me for those events. They only sponsor me for global esports games, right? So every once a year, those are the events that they're sponsoring me for. Just those events, but I'm not actually sponsored by them, right? So I lose a single game that I didn't even think I was gonna lose until I actually played on that setup. I lose and I come out and I'm like, well, I've got like 5 days left here in Turkey. I lost one game and I'm out. Single elim. There's nothing else nothing to do. 5 days, I'm just here. Now, bear in mind, there was a females Dota 2 tournament going on as well. There was PUBG and there was eFootball. So there was a bunch of different stuff, different tournaments, events going on, right? But when Street Fighter happened, it was just like, all right, lost my first game, out. Literally out. So I go back to my room. Right, I go back to my room. Now, bear in mind, in between all of this, all the players, we've all talked to each other. We're like, yo, this is nonsense. This can't go on. Like, this is just not. What is this? We flew all the way out here to play under these conditions, and we weren't told. It's not like we were told that we were gonna play on these. We knew what we knew about the tournament was, oh, it's single elim. That's probably the only thing we knew. We didn't know what type of monitors we were playing on. We didn't know any of that. We were expecting, because they're sending us out. We had a 5-star hotel. I know I sound negative right now. The hotel was 5 stars. It was amazing. Everything about the presentation was great, but what we actually played on was just unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. So I'm chilling in my room out of the tournament. I'm just thinking, okay, well, no point being salty for the next 5 days. I might as well have some fun. I'm in Turkey. Let me enjoy the rest of my time there. So I'm chilling in my room, and then I get a message on a group chat. That was a group chat of like, I think it was the people that were around in that event. I was told, oh, we're having a meeting downstairs at this room, and we'd like you to be there. So I go down to whatever room it was. So I see like everyone's there sitting down, all the players and some of the staff members, some of the organizers are all there. So I sit down, and it was a meeting that pretty much the players pretty much forced. I talked to people, all the players, we pretty much complained. Like, it's just unacceptable. So what ended up happening was the tournament got to top 8. The tournament got to the top 8 stage, right? And then we were just not having it. All the players, we just weren't having it, right? So we made them have this emergency meeting that they had. And what ended up happening was we were trying to come up with a solution to where like everyone sort of feels satisfied. So what ends up happening is we pretty much made them restart the whole tournament the next day. But what happened is everyone who lost was put like sort of together in their own bracket pool. So it's a little bit harder for the people that already won their game the previous day, they have a bye. So they sort of just go straight through to top 8. They don't have to play in that bracket, right? So we got like a second chance sort of thing, and the people who already won don't have to worry about starting over. So it was still single elim, but we pretty much restarted the whole tournament as to make it so that everyone's back in. And we made them give us actual monitors, like good. They had 144 HD monitors. They had it there because the same room where we was playing on that big TV screen is the exact same room where the Dota 2 players were literally right beside us, like 10 of them. All had monitors and headsets provided for them. So everything was there. They just didn't provide it to us at the start until we complained and had that meeting. And then the next day we played on actual monitors. They actually had us set up. Right. So the following day, we're like, okay, everyone has another chance. This is when the actual tournament starts properly. We can actually play. Right. Now, bear in mind, these monitors were good. Like, they're actually good monitors. I didn't really feel much lag. It was good. It was playable conditions. It was pretty much what we're used to playing on PC with a good monitor, right? So what ends up happening is probably what pretty much what people would expect to happen. Right? I won my game. So Game maybe won the whole tournament. I came second. I lost him in grand finals. GTR came third. I think Amu came like fifth or fourth or something like that. But yeah, when you look at the results, it looks more like promising in terms of like what happened. It's like, okay, I can see this happening. So moral of the story is like that first day was a bit of a waste of time because they had everything we wanted, but we couldn't. They just didn't provide it to us. But they provided it to the Dota 2 players, and you know, I don't know. But yeah, that was like day one. I mean, that was what happened in the tournament. Day one and day two of the event. That was it. Honestly, it was that. I'll call this part one. I'll make a part two of more stuff that happened in the event. But that was part one. That was just the actual tournament side of things. That was just the tournament itself. It was there's a lot to improve on when it comes to the tournament. There is a lot to improve on. Stay tuned for part two. I do have a lot more to say, and it also gets a lot more positive in general. But this is part one. The reason part one is so negative is because that's just how things started. You know, as soon as I got there, that's how it started. You know, part two will be released soon, so stay tuned. If you guys enjoyed this video though, make sure you guys do like and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. I know I've been gone for a while. I know it's been months. How long? I know. I'm fully back now, making content. You know, expect uploads to come back. I'd say it may not be daily, but I will be uploading every week. So make sure you guys do stay tuned on the channel. I'll be a lot more active. Make sure you guys look at the link down below in the description. I have my Instagram link, my Twitter link, and things of that nature. Make sure you guys do follow me on my socials. Without further ado,